We welcome you to WAPI School of Languages once again. In today's lesson, we are going to have a look at verb tense. Verb tense. We are going to have a look at verb tense. What is verb tense? In the first place, when they say tense of the verb, what is it? The tense of a verb shows the time of an action or state expressed. It stands for a verb or a series of verb forms used to express a time relation. These may show whether an action, activity, or state is present, past, present, past. Some verb tenses are simple present and past. I will try to explain that. The verb tense is the tense or the time, or the verb tense shows the time the action is taking place, or the action took place, or it being expressed. And at times you do have them in the present or in the past. So we are going to have a look at the simple present tense. Simple present tense. The simple present tense is used for actions that happen regularly or habitually. The simple present tense is used for actions that happen regularly or habitually. It means that it will occur all the times. It also expresses a general truth or wise sayings. Let's have a look at some examples to understand better. We go to school every day. We go to school every day. Daddy works at the Ghana Book Trust. There are 9 planets in our solar system. All that glitters is not good. It expresses action that take place repeatedly or at a particular point in time. That is the simple present tense. That's why I say simple, present, and tense. Examples again. The child cries every night. See, every night he cries. We read storybooks in class. Abu Diamante sweeps his room. Lucy goes to school. These are verbs in the simple present tense. You see that the word verb stands alone. It's only one here, and it is in the present. And the action that the verb is trying to portray is something that repeats itself, or repeatedly it happens. All right. Let's have a look at some activities in this one. Fill in the gap with the correct form of the simple present tense. You know, my method of teaching is to explain and bring activity. I bring examples and later support it with activity. So let's go and have a look at this activity. Example, the sun from the east and to rise. The simple present tense is the sun rises from the east. The sun rises from the east. I know how often they bridge. This the man who to work. Passengers stop over here to rest. This tall boy always the lawn. Either this madman or woman from the gutter. Daddy always to give us a call. So let's put in the verbs in simple present tense. I know who opens the bridge. This is the man who comes to work. Passengers have a stop over here to rest. This tall boy always remembers the loan. Either this man, woman, or woman eats from the gutter. Either this madman or woman is from the gutter. Daddy always remembers to give us a call. The verbs have been put in the simple present tense. Now, activity B. We have these ones, the sentences are here, and so on, so forth. So we say that, here comes the great chief of Ahitesu. He eats everything except he goes angry. They go there no matter what mommy says. Weak though he is still, though he is, he still writes, full stop. Weak though he is, he still writes. I am the voice of the voiceless through whom the dumb speaks. Life is a rebirth and the law of consequence. Now, activity C. Let's have a look at another one. Change each verb, main verb, to the simple present tense. We are still dealing with the simple present. Example. He played Ludo with me often. He plays Ludo with me often. Mr. Foot always ate and drank and slept. If all the trees were one tree, what a mighty tree it will be. Little Lucy giggles with much pleasure. The water was too warm to use. Who wrote on the board? So here we have the sentences. We are going to put the verb into the simple present tense. Mr. Food always eats and drinks and sleeps. If all the trees were one tree, or if all the trees are one tree, what a mighty tree it is. Little Lucy giggles with much pleasure. The water is too warm to use. Who writes on the board? This is the simple present tense. And this is the end of the lesson. It was so interesting, and the simple present tense should know that the action always is an action that always repeats itself or does happen habitually. That's why we say simple present tense. The next lesson will be about the simple past tense, and so on and so forth. So do not miss it. It's very interesting. And when you know them, you are able to conjugate a verb either in the past or in the present. Thank you very much. Please, I always say, if you have an issue, go down the page, just ask your question for us to assist you. Merci, au revoir. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.